What's going on, guys? This is Travesty here, and today we're back with the PPL Semi-finals. So through the top four, no double elimination nonsense in this one, just single elimination knockout bracket. After scraping through by the skin of our teeth with the Terra Water Iron Thorns against Ellie, we are in another rematch. So we'll be facing Gunk, who we played in week 2, I think. So we're facing literally our first two opponents in the finals again. And again, my team has changed quite a bit, so I don't expect her to bring the same thing. Her team has changed a little bit as well. I think there was a Serena originally, and she swapped that out to bring in the Cinccino and the Electrode. I don't think were there last time we played. But the top 6, the Bronzong and the Larvesta all were. So my team is pretty similar because I expect probably everything except Laddie out of the top 6, and then maybe Bronzong over Laddie. Those two is a little bit like, depends how she wants to play it. If she wants to be really bulky, she brings the Bronzong to try and handle Ursa as best it can. And if she wants to be more offensive, she brings the Laddie with like Scarf or Solju. Or weakness policy. I'm fully prepared for weakness policy, agility, Latias as well. So make sure you go check out Gunk in the description. Like I said last time we played, she gives really good analytical content. She's a great person to learn from if you're interested in starting off in Draft League. And she edits her videos in a really cool way where it's a mishmash of post-com and live-com. So you get the live reactions to cool things happening, but you also get the post-com hindsight analysis of moves and things, which is really cool. So, team we're bringing to beat her starts with Cinderace. She doesn't have a great switch-in for Cinderace. The best switch-in is Gyarados, which is why we're Clear Amulet. So, if it's like bulky offensive, then Gunk Shot just 2-hit carries. I think even if it's fully Fizz-Def, after hazards, it's a chance that Gunk Shot 2-hit carries, and either way we just get good damage. If she's offensive and Intimidate, she might think she's fine to switch in still, but with the Clear Amulet, Pyro Ball into Gunk Shot, I've done the calcs. I actually did the very, very specific calcs with an Excel spreadsheet that modeled exactly like each role, and I believe it's like a 40% chance to kill if she's running the investment that I expect her to be running after speed creeps, etc. Sucker Punch is partly for that Latias getting out of control or just being able to revenge kill things. Gunk Shot obviously also hits the Clefable really hard and U-turn just for momentum. We're speed creeping a Laddie that is creeping Scyther, and then we've got that defense investment allows us to live an Adamant Earthquake from Gyarados after turning into a poison type. So we'll live an Earthquake or a Waterfall after turning into a poison type, so that's pretty cool. Then we have Primary Win Condition, which is the Thundurus. I think I spell Ascensionism differently every single time I try to write it out. It's such a stupid word. But anyway, so we are Terra Ground on Thundurus to try and bluff that we have Terra Blast, but we don't, because I actually really need Terra on my Iron Thorns, which you'll see in a bit. Originally I had this as like agility with Terra Blast Ground, E-Belt, Thunderbolts, and Dark Pulse. I think just kind of destroys her team. The only thing that doesn't destroy is Clef, which we still do really solid damage to. But I've gone for not using Terra, just having Dark Pulse, Thunderbolt, and Focus Blast. We can't touch Clodsire at all. I really wanted Focus Blast over Psychic because it allows me to kill Zamazenta and Chi-Yu, which are two things that we're going to need to outspeed at some point. The speed investment we're running is if she's running Agility Latias, then this investment, like she would need to get to 281 to outspeed Speed Booster Moon or Scarf Moon at max speed. So we're running one more than that. So that after an agility, if she also agilities, like if we Dark Pulse and she agilities, then we start speed with agility after that, etc. So a little bit niche, but maybe comes into account and just means that at +2 will outspeed everything anyway. And then the bulk wasn't really making a difference on anything, like we should live anything from Jolly Zama, even like Stone Edge. And then Prankster just so we can get the agility off without risking getting flinched by something, or you know how it is. Yeah, basically just so we can guarantee get that +2 speed off if we need to. Then we have Choice Scarf Roaring Moon. I needed a Scarfer to outspeed the Zamazenta because that thing is a problem. Obviously we're not doing a ton to it unless we get rid of its Dauntless Shield, but then after its Dauntless Shield goes, Earthquake should be a 2-hit KO, and we have a tech for that as well. Iron Head will not 2-hit KO Clef, but we are bringing Hazards, so hopefully if Clefable comes, we can get our hazards up, and then after a spike and a stealth rock or whatever, Ironhead will be a good roll to care. And if it's boots, then we know it's boots. That's good. It's not citrus or anything else. EQ is for that Zama, like I said, and then knockoff is just, get rid of items, keep things so they can't do what they want to do necessarily. Also hits the Bronzong and the Laddie, and hits Gyarados reasonably hard, and then just U-turn for momentum and chip on things. Then we have a Guts Ursaluna with almost max physical defense, so running enough speed to creep a Clefable with like a tiny bit of speed investment. This thing, she doesn't have a switch in for. Like, if she brings in Bronzong, we just click Crunch. We have SD, so if she does bring Bronzong, like, that's going to be the switch, and it could be Colberberry, so we just SD on the switch, and then Crunch should still annihilate it. Typically after a little bit of chip. Flame Orb Guts means we don't really give a shit about Unaware either, so Facade just destroys Clefable and Clodsire. She doesn't really have a good switch into this, like even physically defensive Gyarados takes half from a Facade, and it can't KO us back, because this defensive investment means that after 2 ticks of burn, we live anything from Zamazenta. So if we bring this in on a Clodsire, she switches into Zama expecting the Facade into Headlong should kill any variant of Zama, and then it doesn't matter whether she is Body Press or Close Combat, we should live that hit with our defense investment as well after the burn chip, and then Headlong should just KO. So, bit niche, but I mean, Ursa does what Ursa does. It's pretty standard, honestly. It's just the EV spreads, it's a bit fun, which is kind of the vibe of most of this team, is there's not a lot super exciting except for the EV spread. Then we have Citrus Berry, especially defensive Primarina. This is my primary Chi-Yu check. I've got Psychic Noise just to be able to hit the Clodsire and keep things chipped down. So between Psy-Noise, we should be able to keep the Clefable and the Clodsire low, because that's the stuff that we need for like Cinderace and Roaring Moon and Thundurus to really go hard, is we just need to get those things to have taken a little bit of damage and then just keep them low. And we've got Encore to try and stop things being able to set up on us, like the Clefable if it's like Calm Mind or Cosmic Power. If she brings in Gyarados on this, we probably Encore, try and Encore into DD. Same with like Latias going for Agility, etc. Moonblast, just good stab. Surf, so we don't lose to fucking Chi-Yu, because that would be awkward. And then Citrus Berry just for a little bit of recovery. I believe the defense investment made some role in our favor, as opposed to not in our favor, and I can't remember what it was from. I think we guaranteed lived something. Maybe a +1 Terra Blast from Gyarados, I think, is what we guaranteed lived with that 8 in defense and max HP. And then just it's a Primarina, max special defense, pretty close, and then a little bit of special attack investment puts some rolls in our favor. The speed is to try and creep, like I said, a little bit invested on Clefable. Then we have Terra Ghost Iron Thorns. So brought Fizdef Thorns into her last time, but we were boosted defense. I don't really need the boosted defense because a Jolly Zama can't 3-hit KO me, and unless it's like Terra Dark or Terra Ghost on Gyarados, it can't 2-hit KO me either. So we've gone for dual hazards Dragon Tail Earthquake, because I did have Terra Blast for a while because it's really good into Bronzong and into Latias, but I was like, I'm never really clicking it, because against Bronzong I probably just get up a hazard and then switch out into like Ursa to try and threaten it a bit more. It's kind of the funny thing of like, could be a primary Ursa check, but also Ursa is probably what I want to go into on it, particularly if I'm Terra Ghosted. It's probably not going to click Body Press. And then against most things, we're just going to want to Dragon Tail them out and get our chip anyway. And then if we can just get dual hazards up, we chip things like the Chi-Yu a lot, the defensive walls of Clef and Clodsire. That Spike puts a lot of rolls into our favor, and in particular Spike is really, really good for bringing Zama down. And we're red card, so if Zama like sets up, then we can use the red card to phase it out. Same thing with Gyarados. The idea here is basically get up our hazards, phase things around to get our chip, and we're probably going to lead with this just because we need that Terra off almost immediately, otherwise we don't have a switch into Zamazenta. And then we can just set up a hazard turn 1. Basically, if it's like Gyarados or Zama or either of the walls lead, then this is fine. It's only if it's lead like Chi-Yu or Laddie we probably don't want to stay in, because like, what's Bronzong, Clodsire, or Clefable doing to a Terra Ghost Iron Thorns? If they set up, we just Dragon Tail. If it's Clefable with setup, bad times. Yeah, so this is the team we're bringing. I thought about bringing Vileplume to try and handle the Zamazenta, but if she was sub-Zama, then we had a bad time because Vileplume's only way to deal with it was going to be like Leech Seed. But Leech Seed unironically goes really good into her team with like Sludge Wave for Clef. We can chip down, particularly with the hazards, we chip down something like Chiyu, we can switch into Prim, we get Leech Seed recovery plus Citrus, it's fine. But it was just in case it's like, if it's like Terraflying sub Gyarados, or if it's sub Zamazenta, then Vileplume just loses to it, so it wasn't worth the risk. And the other mon I considered bringing was Goldengo. Offensive Goldengo looks really, really good with like Psyshock, Make It Rain, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast. The problem is it just doesn't outspeed enough things. It is kind of handy for a Latias switch in, but we have Primarina for that as well. So Primarina does need to shoulder a pretty heavy burden here, but I think it can kind of do what it needs to do. So that's going to be the team we have facing Gunk in the semi-finals. So we'll be cutting to the battle now, and we'll see how we go. Here with the battle against Gunk, I'm just going to lead with Iron Thorns and hope we can get hazards up early. Which brings more or less what I expect. I thought Bronzong might come over the Laddie as a switch into a Saluna. It could be like Choline Berry or something, we'll see. And it's Terra Water on Gyarados, which makes me think it's like fully Fizz Def potentially for Cinderace, which will be interesting. But it does still mean if we get our hazards up, like I don't think it's really going to enjoy a Pyro Ball into a Gunk Shot still. And like we get the status, I mean it's probably Boots if it's defensive I guess, but if we get the status then that thing's just muted and much less of a threat to my team with Terra Water. Because it means it might have like Ice Fang, but then yeah, interesting. We'll see what it is. See if she brings the screens Chi-Yu again. Ideal lead for me here would be like Zama or Clodsire, I think, or the Gyarados to be fair. All right, good luck, have fun, Gunk. Make sure you go check her out. It's a really cool creator. I've been watching her a lot more since she joined this season. I'm really enjoying her stuff, so yeah, go check her out. She has the most aura in a trainer card, and like she does full outfits for her battles. It's sick. The Melody brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Do we want to take a Draco from this? Not really. Like we can. Yeah, we can, even if you're like sold your specs, but then we're so weakened. So I think I'm just gonna go into my Prim. We're pretty Spadef. Obviously Psyshock will hurt. We'll see what she wants to do. I got rid of Terra Blast on this thing, so like we could have just gone for Dragon Tail, but here we are. Yeah, she just goes for Draco. No, I think I want to double, because you go Clod here every time, right? So do I want to double into you? Because Psyshock will do a lot if you like Soul Dew. I could double into Roaring Moon here, because you're not going for the Dragon move, and then we'll know if you're choiced. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, so she switches first, expected. So maybe choice, but not sure. Cinema Roll is going to be Clef. Okay, that's not ideal. I am just going to U-turn on this thing. Scout the damage, get my chip. U-turn should be doing like just under 10% if it's physically defensive unaware, which it probably is. Yeah, it's looking Fizdef. I could go Cinderace here. We don't really want to get Thunderwaved on Cinderace though. So I'm actually going to go Ursa. Put some pressure on. Yeah, it's a Moonblast. Does 140. So that's looking like it's got maybe a tiny bit of investment, but not a ton. And Facade, it looks like you're not fully Fizdef because that did a bit over 10, which means Facade should be absolutely killing something here. Could be Fizdef Gyarados. It will take 1, but it won't take 2. And even Fizdef Gyarados doesn't really want to take 1. So yeah, what's your answer to Ursa? We haven't got a ton off yet. I really want to get that spike up. Yeah, she's going to switch out. Unfortunately, we're not at the point where we can take a hit from Zama. Yeah, she just goes this thing. You're going to be Intimidate. Yeah, there it is. So let's scout this damage. Does half. Rocky Helmet, yeah, so you're physically defensive. Maybe even fully Fizdef. Yeah, it's literally fully Fizdef. And you might just proc the Terra Water here. This Terra Water Waterfall will kill even uninvested. So what do I want to do in response to that? Could go you. If you were Terra Ghost, we'd have a great time. How much does Moon do? Fizdef. Not at -1. Still not enough. I'm gonna do it. This is still good to break that unaware core. So your helmet is Fizdef and a water type. Cool, so rocks are now less important, spikes are much more important. But you still don't switch into Cinderace. Yeah, just goes for Waterfall. We should take this pretty comfortably. Yeah. And I think I'm willing to take the Rocky Helmet chip. U-turn should be doing a bit. Won't do a ton, but it'll put you in range of like knock. Yeah. I don't need to go Thorns yet. Do I just go Thundy? No. Could have Ice Fang. And that could be what you're going for. If you click EQ and I go into Thorns, that's really bad. I'm gonna go into Prim. I know it's taking damage. Just rest. Okay. We've seen rest, we've seen waterfall. I'm gonna go Thorns. This lets me get my Terra off. If she switches into Clod, that's not bad. Yeah, she switches out. Clod or Clef are both fine for me. Yeah, that's the Clod. So we took more damage on Moon than I would have liked, but we are Scarfed, so it doesn't super matter. And I'm just gonna Terra and get a spike up. After we Terra, this thing shouldn't be able to do too much to us. If you start setting up like this Dragon Tail, you could Toxic. It's not the end of the world. EQ should still be doing a good amount as well, because we're a fucking Iron Thorns. Cool, so she stays in, we get our Terra off. Just gonna get the spike up. She just goes for EQ. Repeat the damage, does just like 105. We proc the red card. You are attack invested. You're very attack invested. Holy. You're adamant. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted you to be in with. Yeah, you literally have to max attack adamant boosting item Claude. Is that banded Claude? Alright, very offensive. That's good, it means it can't switch into anything. So we should be able to take 2 crunches from here. I am just going to click Earthquake, I think. Yeah, that does nothing. It's like 100 damage, so you're not even really attack invested. Two more will kill. So I might Dragon Tail here in case you go for like Iron Defense shenanigans. And hopefully Dragon Tail you out into something faster, then we can just get our rocks up and let this thing go down because we don't switch in anymore. But that looks... Let's see, 186. Oh no, that's looking looks like it has some attack investment. Get our chip. Actually, it could just be Jolly. Yeah, it's looking Jolly. Looks like max attack Jolly. Cool, the Intimidate's fine. I'm just gonna get rocks up as well. They'll burn 1 turn of sleep. We can then preserve this as a sack. And spike up, rocks will go up now. And we know this thing is not the thing. So 2 gunk shots should still kill it. Yeah, cool. I will double check that. Sleep Talk. Damn. Okay. So it's Rest Talk Waterfall. So no rocks up. That's unfortunate. And unfortunately I can't hurt the Clod with this. But I am going to go Thundurus because we do force you out. Gara KOs Thorns, but we chipped. We got our spike up, we chipped Zama, we got rid of its Dauntless. You die, right? We're Expert Belt Modest. Even if you're max HP, which... yeah, you die 100%. So I'm gonna double back into Ursaluna. The Sleep Talk roll there was really unfortunate. Rocks would have been so nice. Spike was more important, but Rocks is really nice. Yeah, in comes this thing. We know you're not Fizz Def invested, so... Do you have any reason not to click Facade right now? How much is Zama taking? Zama's still taking half, so it'll probably die after Spike. So Gyarados comes in here. I can keep doubling, but I'm just not making much progress. You've only burned one turn of sleep is the thing. So I could gamble. I don't think it's worth it. I think I just take my damage. I'm just gonna switch out. Back into the Gyarados. We're gonna be taking a ton of chip here. But so is she. It does so much. Is this thing worth preserving at 53 HP? When there's a chance we just get a kill. You don't have a switch in for Cinderace anymore. So we're just going to risk the sleep talk roll. Can't talk. Show me rest. Cool. So we're going to double down here. Because Clod's not defensive, I know it can't switch in on Cinderace. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to go Moon here. So Gyara trades 2 for 1. It took an important 2 though. She always goes into the right thing. I swear, this lady lives in my brain sometimes. Okay, so you're not Magic Guard, you're definitely unaware. And you're not Boots. Unaware. Not Boots. I have no reason not to just click U-turn here. Get my chip. So that's now in range of 2 Iron Heads. I don't want to risk Cinderace getting T-waved. So I think I'm going to go Prim. She could just get Rocks up as well. Knock off. That's fine. So Cinderace would have been fine there. We do a good amount to you. I mean, we chip you down at least, and we can Psychic Noise. Clodsire does get to come in then, and I don't have a switch in for a Poison Jab anymore. That's not a sentence I thought I'd ever say. So do I be bold and double? I mean, if Clodsire is not Def invested, Psychic Noise is still doing a good amount. So I'm going to go for that. Keeps this thing low, so it can't switch into Moon anymore. What? What item stops Psychic Noise from working? Does Unaware stop Psychic Noise from working? Did I just learn that right now? Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna Encore. So You've used 2 Moonlights. And I'm gonna go into Cinderace. I need to look that up. Yeah, so she switches. In comes the Claw. How about spikes? You're at 75. If you're max HP, we actually don't kill. Still, which is insane. And we will fucking die to an earthquake. So I think I'm just gonna U-turn and get my chip. Yep, so now you die to a Pyro Ball. So now we're at a good spot with Cinderace where you don't really have a switch in. Now, can we risk the Thundurus? I mean, what do we gain by going into Thundy? Not a lot. I can't risk Moon. So I think it's Prim. Yeah, we're not going to enjoy this. 3-3-3 down to 1-2-6. You know you're max attack adamant. I think I just get my chip here. This thing being... We just need everything low now. We're not out of it. We're looking like... That fucking psychic noise thing. I didn't know that. Or is it like... What item could stop psychic noise from working? That doesn't proc. Yeah, so you just KO Prim there. Here's Prim. So I think we still can't kill this thing with Thundurus is the thing. We do a lot with Dark Pulse actually. And if you're choiced, but I don't think you are. I don't think you're like banded based on that damage. In fact, I don't even think you're max attack adamant. 1-3-3 down to... No, 3-3-3 down to 2-6-8. No, you might be banded. I think you're boosting item. Anyway, I think you're boosting item, not banded. What do I lose by going Cinderace? Not a lot, because we just need to hit a Pyro Ball. I don't think you can risk going Zama here because I could be scarfed. Yeah, here comes the Laddie. So, if you're Timid Scarf with Draco. Do we live one? I know it's kind of cope, but do we live one? We do. And if you're the thing, then we have Sucker. So U-turn should be doing half-ish here. Yep, so you're scarfed. Looks like Modest Scarf. We've done one. Yeah, so Modest Scarf is still a roll in my favor to live because we have so much. Oh no, we don't have any HP investment. Moved it into defense. Cool. I think it's Thundy time. Because if you're at -2, yeah, you're not doing a lot to Thundurus. And it's just about breaking down that Clod. The Clef, I mean. Clod dies to Cinderace. I'm just going to Agility. So now that thing's scarfed. Kuromi, what are you? Chi-Yu. Alright, Thundurus. Hit a Focus Blast. That's all you need to do is hit Focus Blast. Thank fuck. Okay. Don't be Chopple. Awesome. Dies to Thundurus. We should KO Zama from where it's at. We KO Laddie from where it's at. So you have to go Clefable. We don't do it KO the Clefable. Unfortunately. But after a Spike... Oh, you could be Citrus. The thing is, I can't lock myself into any one move with Moon. Because I need EQ to kill the Zama, I need Iron Head to kill the Clef, and I need Knockoff to kill the Laddie. So we're just going to Thunderbolt here. If you don't have Citrus, this is a good chance to two-shot. Calm Mind. Fuck. Okay. Never mind. We preserve this. Do we preserve this? I can't just let it set up Calm Minds, or can I? Yeah, so you heal up. Gunk Shot does a fuck ton, so we just need to land. Come on, Cinderace. We landed a Focus, can we land a Gunk Shot? I think if we miss this, it's GG unless we flinch. Zama's at about half. Do you switch in Zama here? Come on, just stay in, eat the Gunk Shot. Fuck! Okay, that's not good. Oh, okay, you sack this. That's fine. That's fine, because now I can lock into EQ. I miss. Oh no, it's Libero. Okay. That's fine. Is it fine? Fine enough. So you go Zama. You look jolly. Chuckle. We're at 1. Sucker Punch is never killing this. So I need this thing. How much is Stone Edge doing to Thundurus? We live 1 Stone Edge with Thundurus. So as wild as it is, I think my play is to go Moon here. Dies 2 Cinderace. Heavy Slam. Doesn't even kill. Perfect. That's actually really good. Because EQ will take this thing out. How much are we doing to Clef? Like 30%? And I'm sure we're not doing much with Iron Hand to this. Yeah, we're doing like 8%. But if I kill this, I can just go Thundy and spam T-Bolt on the Clef. And then between Iron Head and Gunshot, I could have it. So I'm going to EQ. Switches. Good play, good play. Down to about half. Gonna go Thundurus. If she has rocks, it's game. If she's Carmine, Moonlight, Moonblast. I think we just stay in and click Thunderbolt. She just Moonblasts. She doesn't want me to switch. So that only did exactly 40. So that's either a very, very low roll. Yeah, so you have some death investment, so you're not max physical defensive. So that means we're in good shape. I'm going to keep going for it. This is now a 2-shot. And there's always a chance of a para. So you've used 4 Moonlights. Still no power. 5 Moonlights. Eventually we're going to get it, and then this thing becomes... I mean, it's still an issue, but less of an issue. Problem is, I can't really risk switching in Cinderace on a Moonblast. Still no power. You know, +1/+1. But a crit or a power and this thing dies and we win. Still no power. Like, I know I'm begging for hacks, but we've clicked it like, what? So many times. So you Moonlight again here, crit or a power and we win. That's all. And she's begging for it with a Carmine Clef. Like, I'm gonna get one eventually. Statistically, I should. Did 138. Can we tell anything from that? You're either max rolling or you've got some special attack investment as well. This is literally... because I just need this thing weakened. I just need to chip the tiny bit. That should be 7 moonlights. You're at +1. So Moonblast is a roll to kill. No crit, no para. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I have to go Cinderace. I didn't pay attention to what she was at. She's at exactly 60. So I think my play here is to click Pyro Ball. Because if you attack me, you'll be low enough that EQ should kill. And if you switch into Zama, then we win. Don't miss, Cinderace, don't miss. Come on, you have one job, you have one job. Oh, come on! Okay. That's so unfortunate. We made the right play. We have to hope for an Iron Head flinch now. Like, we called it. We made the right play. We would have killed this thing. Clefable comes in. If we hit a gunk shot, we win. So now it's just down to... can we flinch a Clefable? Or crit. It sucks that we need hacks, but she got hacks. I mean, a max roll might even do it. Come on! Oh my god. That roller coaster of emotions. Fucking Roaring Moon is the greatest Pokemon to have ever lived. Oh! I can't believe that. We got unlucky and we still pulled it out. If we got a crit or a power with the Thundurus, then that Clefable was just muted and we cleaned up from there. If we landed the Pyro Ball, we won. None of those things happened. She crit my Thundurus, which maybe mattered, maybe not, depends on her investment. And then Roaring Moon, I think that was a roll. That was almost... Look at my fucking sweat patches, bro. Fuck this game. That was almost certainly a roll, but I'll take it. I mean, if we hit the Pyro Ball, we won anyway, so I'm not going to call that we won because of hacks. We won with fair hacks, is what I will say. But Roaring Moon... if she hadn't CC'd there, we might have lost as well. Thank fucking God. We're through the finals. Don't know who we play yet, so you'll find out next week, but we've got so many 1-0 wins that have come down to rolls. It's been so close. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week for the grand finals of the PPL.